Hi to all the lovely people, you all are once again most welcome to Tutorials Point. Well, asking about the weather outside is also a very daily conversational phrase which we happen to use in English, isn't it? So because it is something that is sort of, part and parcel of our life, it is definitely a good idea to learn about the different ways in which you can respond to whenever someone is asking you about or whenever someone asks you about the weather, or whenever someone expects you to describe the weather conditions outside, because obviously there are so many different weathers, there are so many different conditions which you might just come across, and because there are so many weather conditions, so there are so many different ways which you will have to learn to describe them. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead. Okay, let's start. So first of all, let's just sort of discuss the phrases which you can use to describe, just in case the weather is very hot and someone is asking you, how's the weather outside? Well, there are different ways in which you can present the same situation or the same weather condition, rather than repeating the same sort of statement that it's very hot outside, it's very hot, it's very hot. Instead of that, you can use different ways to describe the same weather condition. So here it is. It sure is a scorcher today. So when you're saying it's a scorcher today, you're only saying that it's scorching, the heat is scorching outside, it's unbearable, right? Okay, looks like we're in yet for another hot day. They're predicting record highs this week. So when you're saying they're predicting record highs this week, you only mean that the weather reports, if you go according to the weather reports have predicted that that particular day is going to be probably the highest, or the temperature is going to be the highest in that entire week, right? So it is going to be the hottest day of the entire week. Okay, there's not a cloud in the sky, so you're only saying that the sky is completely clear and the sun rays are extremely bright and shiny. Okay, we are having quite a heat wave, right? So even if it is your hot weather, it could be in different conditions, right? It could be a heat wave, or it could be a scorching heat. So there are different things, right? And according to whatever the weather condition is and however you want to describe it, you can use any of these. Okay, we're having quite a heat wave. Okay, with this kind of humidity, it feels we're in the tropics. So when you're saying with this kind of humidity, it feels we're in the tropics, you only mean that the weather is very humid, right? So the weather it's sort of very hot and humid, because that is precisely what tropical weather is. It is hot and humid. So when you're saying, if you feel that the weather outside is much like that, well, then you can say this. It's an overcast right now, but the forecast says it should be clear by this afternoon. So when you're saying overcast, you only mean that it's raining right now. Though it's raining, overcast means raining. Though it's raining right now, but according to the weather report, I think by the afternoon it should be fine. The wind's picking up. So when you're saying the wind's picking up, it means that sort of, the weather is starting, the windy, it's starting to get windy, right? So the wind's picking up, it's slowly picking up pace. It's just drizzling. So it's just drizzling means it's sort of drizzle, of course, I'm sure we all are aware of, is sort of light rain, right? So it's just drizzling. So when you're saying it's just drizzling, it is again the weather that you're describing. Okay, well, many more phrases to come. I'm soaking wet, I got caught in a downpour. So downpour again means rain. So instead of saying it's raining, you can say it's a downpour, right? So I got caught in a downpour. It's pouring heavily. So when you're saying pouring heavily, again, it's like it's raining heavily. It's really coming down out there, or so when you're saying it's really coming down out there, again, what you mean is that it's raining very heavily. It's raining cats and dogs. Well, again, cats and dogs, raining cats and dogs is a phrase which we've been hearing since quite some time, and definitely I'm sure you all are aware that cats and dogs means it's raining very heavily, right? So either you could also use this phrase to basically describe the rainy weather. take a jacket, it's a bit chilly out there. So chilly out there means it's sort of cold. Okay, I think the sun is trying to come out. So when you're saying I think the sun is trying to come out, you only mean that though the weather is or the skies are not very clear, but the sun, the rays, you can feel the rays, you can slightly feel the rays coming out. Okay, I hope this rain lets up soon. So when you're saying lets up soon, lets up means I hope this rain diminishes or finishes or ends soon. So lets up means ends, right? So you could even use this phrase not only for your description of your weather, but lets up is something which you could use anywhere, right? So I hope this class lets up for a coffee in the evening. Okay. It's freezing out there, make sure to bundle up. So to bundle up means make sure to wear nice woolen clothes and you are nicely protected because the weather is extremely cold and you shouldn't fall a prey to that. So when you say bundle up, when you're saying someone to get bundled up, you're just telling them to nicely cover themselves with sort of, clothes which can protect them from winters. It might drop below freezing tonight. So below freezing tonight again also means that it is going to be sort of the ice might just freeze. It's going to be as cold that the ice, the water is going to freeze to ice, right? So, well, again, different ways, different weather conditions. So you can use any of these phrases to describe basis the weather that is there outside, and if basis the situation that you are in, just in case you want to describe the entire situation nicely, well, you can use any of these phrases and it is going to be really fun to use them. Well, I will see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with tutorials, point and tutorics. Have a good day.